Hi, good evening. I'm Taufik, and welcome to this debate show. Today, we are going to discuss an educational issue, school uniforms. Recently, the topic of school uniforms has been the hot issue among students' parents and school administrators. Is it a good idea to make students wearing school uniforms at schools? Some people believe that school uniform should not be worn by them because of limitation of their creativity, while some others argue that there are so many advantages of wearing school uniforms. To sharpening this topic, today or this evening, I'm joined with two experts on educational psychologists. Welcome, Professor Faisal Riza from University of Medan and Professor Hafiz Lidinillah from Ministry of Education. Welcome.
Welcome.
Maybe for beginning from this discussion, we would like to first hear or listen from the expert opinion from Mr. Faisal Riza. Mr. Faisal or Professor, is it necessary to use school uniforms?
Yeah, in my opinion, student is not army. So it could be argued that schools have to emphasize students' creativity. Every student have their own creativity, have their own intelligence, and every student is special. So uniforming students is not relevant for our modern era. It is very parochial and conservative style.
Oh, do you think this is very conservative?
This is the old style in our school.
What about you? What do you think, Prof. Hafiz?
Yeah, it could be argued that Mr. Faisal's opinion is probably true. However, this opinion is need for students. Let's see. School have regulation. The student should wear uniform every Monday, every Tuesday, in different style, in different types. For example, red color uniform, black color uniform. It trained them to be more disciplined. And one more thing, I have just received from my colleague this research from Indonesia.
So you just received it?
Yeah, I just received about research about uniform in some countries. It's very interesting. Look at this. There's 4 indicator: identity, and then save money, and worry about appearance, and the last time about gang activity.
Do you think that it is not when students only you wear school uniforms, there is no dynamic?
Yes,
There is no
absolutely
dynamic.
correct. Uniform can reduce gang activity at schools because they're more disciplined when they use uniform, and they feel very comfortable when they use instruction logo, instruction symbol.
Okay.
Very,
Maybe
very-
I can catch what did you say, Professor? That maybe that we only consider about discipline
Yes.
of the school uniforms. So students who wear school uniform, it is we regard them as to make them to be disciplined on education, of course. Okay, we have already discussed about that on in terms of discipline. What do you think, Professor? Maybe we can turn on the next view about maybe practical benefits. Are there practical benefits of wearing school uniforms?
Yeah, in uniforming students at school, there is no benefits at all.
Do you think so?
You heard that Professor Hafiz said that easy to identify when students wear uniform. Right. in my opinion,
Uh-huh.
uniforming students
Mhm.
is make students easy to find, to identifiable. And in addition,
So if there is
in addition, students have easy to identify the enemy from rival institutions.
Oh.
It causes that rival institutions cause violence among them, and also fight in the street, like in the big cities in Indonesia. Media says also like that.
Oh, that's great. What do you think? From your opinion, what do you think about what they have, what Mr. Professor Faisal has
I
been taught?
absolutely do not agree Mr. Faisal's opinion.
Really?
Yes, there are a lot of benefits of
Uh-huh.
wearing uniform at schools.
Oh,
Can you imagine, Mr. Taufik?
yeah, yeah.
In one school, there are many students in different economy level.
Uh huh.
There are rich people, there are poor people.
Yeah, yeah.
When they're wearing same uniform, it seems like equal.
Hmm.
As in our study,
So you mean that the poor and also rich can wear the same style, the same not
correct.
Uh-huh.
It can reduce
Mhm.
socio-economic disparities,
Mm-hmm.
and uniform can encourage children to focus on their study.
Mm-hmm.
They never think about their style.
Yeah.
Because
Professor
wait a
Hafiz,
second, listen to me first.
students have
I
to
didn't
concern
finish.
about their study, but their parents
Okay,
is
okay. Let
headache.
Mr.
Their
Professor.
parents headache to think about how they can spend much money for buy uniform. For example, if a family have 3 children
Mm-hmm.
and one children have to wear 3 uniforms a week, you can imagine
Mm-hmm.
3 and 9 uniforms
Wow.
in one family.
Of course,
So
it is very
uh,
expensive.
Yeah, it's very high cost
For
for
parents.
education, just for uniforms.
Just only
Yeah.
for uniforms.
It is not include about their work.
So you think that
Yeah.
it is also in terms of maybe
So it
economic
is
side.
totally
economic
about business.
About
It is
business?
Business. Uniforms.
Oh,
is business.
is it really, Mr.
So, school-
Mr. Prof. Hafiz?
Yes, so school cooperate with business parts about especially confection in uniforms, and this is benefit only about schools and factories,
Oh,
confections, and the totally wrong perception is students and parents perceive as consumer.
whoa! What do you think?
Perceive
What do you think, Prof. Hafiz? Because
This is
Prof.
industrial
Faisal
opinion.
already implied that there are hidden business behind school uniforms. What do you think?
It's not an acceptable reason. I think.
It is not acceptable.
Unacceptable reason. Yes, because we are the government.
Mm-hmm.
We are realize that many problems in education,
Uh-huh.
such
Yeah.
as the education mafia.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We realize that.
Mhm.
So we have a regulation.
Oh, so you strict them by using
Yes,
regulation?
we have conducted memorandum of understanding
Uh-huh.
with some stores,
Uh-huh.
traditional
As
market.
usual, government always promise.
Sometimes
Don't interrupt my speech first.
Yes,
Okay,
it
okay.
is. In
Let
fact,
him let him speak.
There,
Okay.
there are
Let him-
many regulations that we have designed
Uh-huh.
to reduce the abuse of power
Oh.
of the school officers.
Mm-hmm.
So we can control them.
Control.
Yeah. For example,
By using regulation.
For example, some school have a memorandum of understanding with
Mhm.
some small store in
Mhm.
some traditional market
okay.
with the low prices.
A low
So
prices,
school
yes,
can buy a uniform with a reasonable price,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
very very cheap prices.
Oh, yeah.
It's not only uniform but also books, shoes, and everything related with the education.
Oh,
There's a lot of benefit for us.
it's very interesting from the views of both of you. Okay, maybe for the closing statement, would you please to give us?
I recommend one unifying student have to abolish,
Should be
erase
abolished.
this bill.
Okay.
So schools have to concerns about intelligence of their students, their imaginations, their creativity, not about
Uh-huh.
just uniforms.
Okay.
Okay, very much.
Okay. Well, please, Mr. Hafiz, say a closing statement from you.
Okay, I just want to say to parents at home, be aware. Choose school which has uniform, because there are a lot of benefit when your children choose that school. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Maybe we should let the viewers decide. But there are some of aspects that should be all of you maybe to concern on. For example, like from the first, like disciplined. Maybe by wearing school uniforms, make the students be disciplined. However, it could be also make them not to be dynamic or not to maybe like an army. And second is social leveler. It means that equality over there. But we should only also consider, however, if there are also expensive of the school uniforms, and also this according to economic sides. Okay, Professor Hafiz and Professor Faisal, thank you for your attendance to this debate show, and audience, maybe for next week we will discuss bullying at school. Good evening. Thank you, Prof. Okay.